this wasn't like a significant moment, but
She's not like
I liked
most
it.
girls.
So we see Becky Lynch. She's being interviewed backstage. And we know that she was announced as one of the women who is going to take part in the Women's World Title #1 Contender Battle Royal. So she's back there doing her thing, talking, blah, blah, blah. But she is then interrupted rudely by Nia Jax, who just can't stop interrupting people when they're being interviewed, which is just like, and she's one of those people that like interrupts you acting like she has something to say, and then she says nothing. And it's like, why are you here? Because she's just like, and it's like, why are you here? Like, why couldn't you have waited until I was done having a conversation? You're literally adding nothing to it because she
You
comes
add
up.
no value.
Yeah. Well, because she literally is just like, I can't wait to throw you over the top rope tonight. It'll be my next happiest moment after that time I broke your nose. Ha 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 ha. And I'm
That
like,
point, she had nothing else to say, and then
yeah.
was like, "Shit, I need to come up with something on the spot," and like went full with it. It did not seem like that was the initial comment she wanted to
Well,
make.
but that because ironically, even though that's one of Becky's like most infamous moments, I guess, throughout her career, and I say one of them because it is just one of them, it's really the only moment that Nia is known for outside of my hole. Like that's the only thing that she's like really known
I
for.
totally forgot.
So, like,
I
and
remember the my hole.
yeah. So like, but the funny part about it is she's not known for that in a good way. It was like, no, honey, it was
She's known
exactly what people say about you, that you injure people. You broke this woman's nose and you gave her the awakening of the man. Like, why are you mentioning that like it was something that was good for you? Because as Becky says, it's funny that you mentioned that because I went on to main event WrestleMania and you went on to get fired. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you really think she wasn't gonna say that to you?
I love how we're in an era where you can drop that and it's not like heat or you'll be fined or whatever for
Yeah.
it. Like that's just good storytelling and good character work. I love it.
Well, and that's something that we've kind of talked about before is that when they're able to bring in like real life aspects, it just makes everything seem a little bit better because before the rise of the internet, there was a thing called kayfabe, and people were not breaking character no matter where you saw them. And it was because they had the ability to do so because people didn't see them that often because they didn't know where they were or what airline they were flying in or what time they
Oh,
were going to be there. Like,
the glory days.
yeah. So it's like if you ran into somebody out, it was like it was a coincidence. Like you didn't know, but now you can track flights. You know exactly where they're going to be. You know the hot spots. You know where they live. Like, you know, all of these things.
So
So,
creepy once you say it out loud.
I know. And then there's social media, obviously. So there's ways that you can communicate with them. So it makes it a lot more difficult for them to go into these situations on TV and make it feel not acted. And so I think that it's good when one of the biggest talking points about Nia's return is that she's not good on the mic, that she was fired, that she injures girls, blah, blah, blah. And so the fact that Becky was able to use that to throw back at her, I applaud Nia for that because she very easily could have had an issue with them being like, yeah, we're going to have Becky like throw that back at you. She could have been like, no, I'm not down with it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it would hit. She doesn't have pull the way like Becky does.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I still like applaud her for like being able to handle it. You know, because it's one thing being told that online by a bunch of people who don't have profile pictures of themselves and have like 3 followers, whatever. But when it's someone like Becky Lynch saying it to you on national television,
It hits a little bit. It's a little bit
yeah,
different.
so that's why I think, you know, kudos to Nia for like being okay with it, I guess, because that I'm only mentioning it because I thought that it was like a great moment. Like it didn't really mean anything, but